Gonna go plant some squash in the mulch pile that I have. Kids, I don't know if you can see them back there, playing in the sprinkler today. I've had some water balloon fights. Leah, you coming with me, Leah? Okay, are you gonna come with me? Okay. Leah's gonna come help plant some squash in the mulch pile. I think I explained in an earlier video, this pile is, so the city, everybody in the city, they take their grass clippings, leaves, all that, and they dump it out there, and then they take a bucket and pile it all up and compost it. They were getting a huge pile, and I heard someone say they got a bunch, so I went and asked one of the guys from the city what they do with it, and he said, well, they haven't been doing anything with it, and they're getting this huge pile. So he said, yeah, we're looking to get rid of some. So I told him to bring, I'd take as much as I could, because my farm was row crop for many years, and it's a little too sloped to be dug up every year and not lose all of its topsoil. So I have literally most of my farm 2 to 3 inches of topsoil left is all. So if anything, I'll spread it out, but I've been using it in the garden and all my different beds and everything. And for this summer, I think we got everything we needed out of it for the most part. So we're going to plant some squash in it, a couple watermelons maybe, and just let that kind of take over for the summer. I think it'd be a good spot for it. Squash kind of takes over the whole garden, so I usually don't plant it in the garden. Sometimes I'll plant it amongst the asparagus, but this year I'm not. Leah found some mud, taking a little pit stop to play in the mud. Come on, baby girl. So this is the mulch pile you can see behind us. So we're just digging some holes. We're gonna put some pumpkins right in this one. I'm just marking it with this white flag. Labeled it on there so we know where everything's at.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, yep.
Pumpkin. Shovel.
Shovel, you want the shovel?
Yeah.
The next ones we're gonna plant right over that flag you can see behind me, right there. I bought a pack. I've always wanted to try delicata squash. I couldn't find any seed packets in the stores of just delicata.
Right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
So I bought there was a winter blend squash packet I bought, and it had a mixture of delicata, acorn squash, some butternut. So I planted them last year hoping for delicata. I got every kind of squash except delicata. Well, this year I finally found at our local, I should have just right in town there, at our local feed store, they had a pack of just delicata. So I started them, they got started kind of late. Next year I just need to, just like everybody else, need to shop more local, and I would have got them right away. So this year I planted them winter blend again. You can see Leah's dumping them out back there. Hold on, Leah, I'll help you in a second, okay?
Okay.
A lot of these flags out here will just be random. Who knows what we'll actually get out of it. But that's the point, is just cover this space up. I got all this dirt that I'm not going to use this year, just to get it covered with something. You dig a hole for the squash?
Yeah.
Good job. Get a little deeper,
Why?
because it needs to be pretty deep. Oh, jeez, careful.
Why?
Grab one and put it in the hole we dug. That one?
Yeah. See.
Good job. Okay, set it in there. Good job. You fill it in?
That. And
Fill it in.
friend.
Fill it in.
Yeah.
Good job.
Apples. More.
You grab one for the other hole?
Yeah. That.
Oh, don't step on it though. Should you fill that one up now? Good
Yeah.
job. Okay, pack it around there good. You pack it down? Good job. Oh, not the plant, just the dirt.
The end.
Okay, pack the dirt around it. Pack the dirt. Good job.
Mom.
No, that's good. There was a old cow pat here I seen. Pull it back.
Daddy.
There's all kinds. There was millions. There's a lot of them. Snake? No, it's a worm. There was just tons of worms in here. Look at them all.
Daddy.
That's what happens with cow manure.
See?
Worms eat it and take it down into the ground for nutrients. Tonight we're gonna have a busy night, hopefully, if it doesn't rain. They're predicting rain again, storms tonight. Leah, stay away from that window well, please. Come on, let's go move the baby chicks. We're gonna move the baby chicks to start with, and then I'll try to get you a follow-up on planting that compost pile. I had everything planted pretty much. There wasn't really much to, I was just gonna give you an overview when I was all done. We had a friend's stopover, so I'll maybe follow up with that one. If we'll get these baby chicks moved, get you a follow-up on that. Go check, see if there's any sweet corn up yet. That should be up here either today or tomorrow, I'm hoping. If it starts raining, we'll start making some chicken feed, or a different one for these baby chicks. This one you got to take in and out. I want to make one that I can fill from the outside, just like the water. So here's the water. Remember, I don't know if I showed, I think I did a video on making that. If I didn't, real simple, just a 5-gallon bucket with a 3/8 clear hose, and then it runs down to this 3/4 inch water line here, and I put these nipples on it. They just peck, so there's no pressure in it. I just use these cheap plastic fittings, but that's the feeder, and it works fine. But you gotta, for me, I can barely reach it, and if the kids do it, they gotta get in the chicken coop to get it out and feed it, and it's just not as handy. So I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna cut a hole, about a 4-inch hole right here, put a piece of PVC in here, and then I'll show you in the video how we're gonna go about making that. So now we're gonna move the chicks. We're gonna, like I said, you gotta get in here, try to reach that feeder and get that out. Like I said, it's an old feeder I got from my mom and dad when they had chickens when I was a kid. They're doing a pretty good job, leaving lots of manure, knocking the grass down. They eat a lot of these grass, these seed heads. We're just gonna move them ahead now and give them a fresh spot. But I'll do my best here with me holding the camera, trying to show how we move this. It's pretty easy. So just take this cart, and you can see it's got 2 little things there to slide under the coop. Just give it a good kick, and then tip it back. And it should just slide right down, just like that. And you can see it sits about 2 inches off the ground, 3 inches. They will slip through there. They have slipped under there, but the bigger they get, obviously the less likely that is. Then we'll go to the back of it, and I got a rope on this side too. Just grab the rope and you just pull it ahead. You can see them kind of flying around there a little bit. They usually go ahead pretty well. Let's go just a little further. There. Now we'll go back to this side. Then to take the cart out, you just gotta lift it up. Grab the handle, lift it up, pops right out. Happy chicks. They got fresh bugs, fresh grass. It's much better, in my opinion, than keeping them locked up inside. They get all these bugs they get to eat. They just seem to stay way healthier. What?
Hold.
You want to hold one?
No.
Did you get one to hold?
Yeah.
Should we let him go?
House.
Yeah, go put him back in his house. Okay, put him in there. Here he goes. Away they go. Okay, Leah, should we go let the big ones out?
Yeah, let me out.
You wanna? Let's open the little door. Otherwise, Remy will go in there and get the eggs.
Naughty.
Yeah, she's naughty sometimes. You want to let him out?
Yeah.
Open the door. Can you hook it up to here? You see the screw up there? Can you get the loop up there?
Yeah.
There. Okay, let's back up. See if they come out. Yep, here he comes. Yeah, come over here. There they go. They're gonna come out and get some fresh grass today too. You seen when me and Leah flipped that one cow pie over, there was all those little worms. I think I need to do some research. Maybe you guys can help me out. You might know. Leave it in the comments below. But I think they're, you okay? Yeah? I think they're red worms. I've never really seen redworms before, but that's a squirrel.
Wow.
And yeah, they do an excellent job breaking this. And it's probably finished. Some of it's finished, good finished compost. Some of it, I suppose, when people dump at the city, they mix it in. It's not a perfect mixture of nitrogen to carbon. So there's too many leaves or too much grass or one or the other, but because some spots, some loads are just perfect mulch, some are kind of just matted leaves. But these redworms seem to be doing an excellent job at continuing to break them down. Ideally, we'd have the chickens right out here, but with all the fox we've got around here in the last couple of years, that's great in theory, but wouldn't have many chickens left. But all these flags, like I said earlier, these are all potatoes that me and Jack planted. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, we're done planting today. We're waiting just for a couple more squash. You see those plants? Don't step on them. What did we plant here? This was one of the last ones we did. Let's see what it is. It's zucchini. I probably spelt that wrong, so don't make fun of me for that. Yep, don't step on them. So I bought more delicata squash in town this a couple weeks ago. Put them in some milk cartons to start, and they weren't starting. I had them on the heat pad, everything, and finally today, or yesterday, I seen one sprouting up. So we will get delicata squash. Now my only worry is I didn't look to see what the maturity date on those are. It might be a long maturity date, I'm not for sure. But hopefully we get some so I can finally try them to see if it's something I want to continue to plant or not. We'll see as they take off here. I'll keep you guys updated on all this. Maybe we'll run over to the sweet corn patch here real quick, see if any of that came up or not. So it's kind of funny in that in our garden, Jack kind of made his own little bed in one spot. He wanted to plant his own seeds. So in his garden, he planted, yep, there's Logie. In his garden, he planted sweet corn. So we filled them beds with that compost that you see behind us. And he planted his sweet corn the same day. We planted actually, I shouldn't say that, it was the day after we planted all this sweet corn out here in this heavy clay. And his sweet corn came up 3 days ago. And pretty tall. It was almost 2 inches tall already, and he ended up picking the tops off because he thought it was grass. So anyways, it came up 3 days ago, and we've yet to see any come out of this heavy clay yet. I dug some up, and they are germinating, and they are heading up. Oh, I can just see now. It looks like they're all coming up. But my point was they came quite a bit sooner out of that nice compost. Just wasn't so heavy packed, but we're just walking out here now. I can see a ton of sweet corn coming up. That's exciting, Leah. Now we just gotta help keep the weeds down, and Remy will be busy this fall keeping the raccoons out.
No.
So I don't know how good you can see it, but there's the rows of sweet corn. You can see a row right there.
Hey, Dad.
See a row there. See a row
Dad.
there. What do you see? What do you see, Leah?
Cow poop.
Oh yeah, a little bit of cow poop. What do you see next to it? Sunflowers. Look at all those sunflowers coming up.
I see one.
Why'd we plant all these sunflowers?
Because we wanted to shoot the morning out.
That's right. So, that's awesome that all of them are coming up. That corn we planted is coming up. We'll see how the weeds.
Oh.
The next thing, I'm not huge on spraying. I might spot spray with some 2,4-D if there's, a big patch of thistle or something, but I'm not huge on dousing my food in chemicals if I can help it. All them squash seeds that we planted, I haven't seen any of them coming up yet. But I don't know if they will. All that was, we took a bunch of butternuts that rotted over the winter, busted them up, took the seeds out and dried them for a couple weeks, and then planted them. I don't know if that'll actually work. You guys can let me know in the comments how you go about that. They might have to go through like a freezing period, a lot of seeds do. And they never froze. They were just in the garage all winter, and I keep the garage about 50. So they never froze, so I don't know if they went through the proper cycle or not to be able to germinate.